Yes, y'all know what it is, man. It's the Ern and Iso show. If you don't know that yet, know we back at it. Look, man, first and foremost, man, we like to thank y'all for coming here, man. We ask that you hit that like button. If you on audio, rate, review, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe, follow, whatever you gotta do, man. It shows that you appreciate the big things that we do, man. But nonetheless, man, let's get into the pod the way we normally get into the pod. How was your week? How was your weekend?
Everything is great, man. Thank y'all for the plays, the views. We've been doing spectacular. I like to thank y'all for making sure y'all give us a listen, even though like they doing little stuff behind the scenes, try to slow us down. Like some of y'all don't get the notifications in time and stuff like that, and y'all still just go out y'all way to, you know what I mean, to check and make sure if our episode drop. You know, wherever you watch us on YouTube, wherever you listen to us on any, audio app, you know what I mean, whatever it is, whatever is Apple Podcasts or Spotify or, whatever app y'all listen to us on, man. We just appreciate that y'all take the time to go seek us out, because I noticed that we kind of like shadow banned or whatever. You know what I mean? Ern was telling me that, so sometime the episode might be out. You might not get the notification that the episode is out until later. Like,
You might not get a notification at all.
yeah, you might not get a notification at all. Like, I just got a notification that our Friday episode, I got a notification yesterday. I got the notification like a day late. The episode came out Friday. I didn't get the notification until Saturday.
Right.
So, yeah, they trying to do little stuff to slow us down, man. Like I said, they only let us know, how good we doing, because if we wasn't, you wouldn't be doing all of that. So that let me know that we doing way better than everybody else.
Right. No doubt.
Know what I mean? Like I said, not everybody else in a way of sounding arrogant, because but to talk about the people that's, trying to slow us down and sabotage whatever we got going on. Because if we wasn't, you wouldn't have to do all that. We wasn't a threat, you wouldn't have to do all that. Anyway, man, yeah, man, everything's going good with me. Yeah, I heard that some people are upset about what we were saying about, Friday episode, we kind of got off. Friday episode, we just talked about a whole bunch of different things. But one of the segments that we did have, we was talking about, the black community, the church. And, for that always kind of like hit a nerve with y'all. It always does hit a nerve with y'all. So we really going to get on your nerves today then. So Ern brought to my attention that some of y'all were upset about, I guess you got the feeling from us, we saying that, where's the black community, or what's going on, what's wrong with the black community. And maybe one of the main things that ever since we have started this podcast, we have always talked about the church. I mean, we have always been very critical of the church in our quote unquote communities or neighborhoods or whatever. And to me, that's not going to change. Like I said, I come from a family where my father's side was always involved in the church, and my mother's side could care less about the church, would tell a person to their face that don't even bother talking to me about that. You know what I mean? So I grew up with getting both sides of that. You know what I mean? How somebody think that been going to church their whole life, somebody go to church their whole life, and from people who just say, no, we're not going to church. You know what I mean? We not spending no time doing that. So, and then us saying that the black community is just a feel-good term, just like we were talking about when the church is like, it makes people feel good for like whatever the time that you in there, but it doesn't really like help you like progression or prosper. Mm-hmm. That's just how I feel. It doesn't. You'll go in that building and they will talk about, I mean, it's times that I've been at church and you'll talk about all that, But I'm like, to me, it's just talk to me. That's why I never really like, I really never know, I never really like, was like, you know what? I'm going to start going to church all the time. I was like, nah. The times I was in church, and I was like, I'm not going to be a church. I mean, I made that decision a long time ago. I'm not going to be a church person. I'm just not. And then my mother's side, people on my mother's side who, you know, rest in peace, have since then passed away since I was a child. But that was their thinking, like, all right, we gotta work and do whatever we gotta do to maintain and try to build and get better. And then you got people that's just sitting around want to talk you to death about clapping and singing and they not getting nothing done. So why would I spend a little bit of free time I have doing that? Like I said, the motto on my family side is, my mother's side is, you can praise the Lord at home. Like my grandmother, that was her thing. She'll tell anybody that to their face. Don't ask her to go to church. She not going. So.
Yeah, but church has become the new fucking. I'm trying to think of how to say this. Not club. You know how when you work so much, you just a motherfucker. You just like, man, I'm going out this Friday, man. I worked all hard. I'm going out this Friday. I'm going to the club, whatever. When you get older, that's what church has become. I'm going to church because you just want to commune with people. It's not the thing of I'm going to church because I'm trying to better. Man, I've been working I'm hard. I'm just going. I'm going out to go out.
Yeah, that is your social club.
Right.
That is your social circle for a lot of people.
Right.
That is your social circle.
Yeah. That's what that shit turned into.
But at the same time, it's your social circle, but it demands things from you. All right, you gotta pay what you call them, your tithes and all that. You gotta pay that. You're obligated to, this day you need to come and do something for us, or this day you gotta come and clean up, or this day we doing this and that. You gotta volunteer your time. No. Because where is that gonna get me? No. So I realized that a long time ago. I kind of started seeing things from my mother's side of the family about why you don't go to church, and I've been made that decision that I'm not going to be doing all that. I'm not going to be spending my time doing that. And now that some of the things I didn't understand when I was younger, what they used to say is coming true, is like, you're going to do all that, and then what you going to get years from now, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you going to went to church a million times and your life going to change none. Because the time that you should have been putting in the work, you were spending all your free time and your whole life with these people just clapping and singing and not getting nothing else accomplished.
I don't know if I don't go to church because I'm married now, because I've seen, like, you know, my family, we was always in church. And I used to go to other family members' houses, and I seen like not the disconnect, but the turmoil that shit put on a marriage. Like, I'm talking about, you might have an auntie or something, or a female cousin. Like, the pastor said, she talks to us, but the pastor said, and you might have that male figure like, why you always bringing up what the fuck he said? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if, like, when I got married, that's how come it slowed me down, because I'm like, yo, she put this man on such a high pedestal, but your husband the one over here, high pedestal, your husband the one over here going to work every day doing all this, but everything is the pastor said. Oh, he said we should do this. The fuck? I'm the one out here working, making sure these bills and shit paid. You eat every day. You know what I mean? So that shit was always in my head too. Like, damn, you like damn near honor that man more than your fucking husband. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that shit is crazy. Like,
yeah, it's the whole James and Florida Evans from Good Time.
Yeah,
this man busting his ass.
Right.
Anything good happen, the first thing you do is look at a picture on the wall and say thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. You like, damn.
This man will work himself in the ground and die about this family.
Right.
And the first thing you do is look at a picture on the wall and say thank you to the picture. That man worked himself to death for his family. Because remember, they said that's how he died.
Right.
He was out there working. Wasn't like on the oil pipelines and all that, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he died. And the first thing you do whenever something good happens is thank the picture on the wall.
Right. That's crazy, yo.
You see what I'm saying? And we not trying to upset no people because, like I said, it's a lot of people in my family that go to church, and that's just where we differ at. Everything else we be on the same page with with some people in my family, except that I'm not spending no time. I'm not spending my time clapping and singing. I gotta get out here in the world and try to get busy.
Right.
Because you're demanding so much of my free time. It's like it's people that I want to do. They want to do something else. They want to try to start a business. They want to do a side. So how you doing that if you spending every other day having something to do with the church? That's taking up all your free time. You look up, you done did that 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to get most people nowhere.
Right.
So that's what I mean by that. And then you have people who give. You got people who give to the church before they pay their bills.
Yeah. But that's the message that's preached though. You know what I'm saying? That's the message that preached that when you get your money to the 10%, and they tell you not the 10% of what you get, the 10% of what you earn. So if you fucking bring home $1,500, but your check is probably like $2 something because the tax is coming out, you gotta get 10% of what you earned, the $2, not what you bring home. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dog.
So I decided a long time ago, no. And we gonna bounce all over the place with this, and I feel like the church, I understand why people want it around because it brings some people together, but it's like together to do what?
No, it's a way of control though. Because if you always fearful of this fiery pit that they tell you is hell, that's enough to keep you tame and not like you make you lawless. You know what I'm saying? If you're always worried about this, God is always, because God is always watching. So even the shit you do in the shadows, he see. So you so worried about this fiery pit, you always tame, you always, all right, I can't do that because I don't want to go to hell.
That I understand. I understand that part of it because a lot of people all over this world are very, very religious.
Yeah.
Our problem is this. See, that's why I don't have a problem with believing in a higher power and all that. That's not the issue. The issue is in our community, I keep calling them communities, but neighborhoods, you clap and sing and that's it. Other communities, they're very religious. Asians, very religious. The Jewish people, very religious. The Muslims, very religious. All right, the time that we go and commune and we go and worship together, that's what we do. Then after that, we talking about getting busy in life. They owning real estate, they owning businesses. They people prospering.
Right.
We do none of that.
Right.
We come together, we sing and shout, and then we go right back home.
Right.
Until it's time to do it again. Everybody else doing business, owning things. People, man, you talk to people, they owning businesses, they into shipping, trucking, they into real estate, into commerce. They are very religious too. But they also understand that hand in hand that, okay, God woke up. It's like people kill me when they say this. God woke you up today. You're right. You know what I did today? I worked out. I made sure I learned something today. And I did something to work towards my goal. What did you do? You thank God for waking you up. You went to the same damn job that you hate. And you sitting here, I can't wait to go to Bible study so I can just be around people and talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do nothing else to get up out of your situation, but you hate the fact that you've been doing the same thing for the last 20 years of your life. So God woke you up today. What did you do with your day? Mm-hmm. You weren't progressive at all today. You weren't running in place your whole life.
Right. Right.
People don't know. Some of these people out here have no financial literacy or nothing, but you're around all these people.
Right.
You're around all these people. Y'all don't share no information to help y'all prosper. Most people don't share no information help y'all prosper. Everybody's just telling each other a bunch of feel-good stuff. We gonna come together and we gonna pray. No. Okay, if your pastor is doing, God should be able to come to you and ask you about how do I fix my credit? Or I'm trying to get into real estate. Somebody somewhere should try to be able to help you out. Not just we gonna clap and we gonna sing and we gonna shout and I'm gonna tell and we gonna sit here and we gonna jump up and down and then everybody just go back home.
You said how to fix your credit. You jumped ahead somewhere. I ain't listen.
See what I'm saying? But I'm saying though, but
the church should be an institution that when you come in, it should be Sister Mary got such and such business. If you 16 or 18, you want to work, she got a joint for you.
Because she ain't got no
Brother
business.
such and such got a joint. With the 16, 18s, you could work for him. He got this. Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, but they do that. They do that in other communities.
Right.
When I talk to Asian people, that's what they do.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Here it's the tides. You don't even know where the money going. The Asians, they know where their money going. Yo, we gonna kick in. We all gonna kick in so he can get his store up and running.
Right.
I know where my money is going.
Right.
I don't got no problem kicking in. Or you trying to buy your apartment building. I'm already in real estate. 4 of us already in real estate. Now what I mean, you need help with your down payment, so you trying to get in. I'm kicking my money in for that. I know exactly where my money's going.
Right.
Not your grandmother been going to this church before your ass was even born, and all that money she done gave her whole life, you don't even know where it went. Where did the money go?
Yeah, where did the money go?
Where did the money go your grandmother's whole life?
Because half of these churches is falling apart.
Where did the money go? Where's everybody's money going? People in your family been giving money to these churches before y'all was even born.
Yeah.
Where's the money going? Bear with us because the AC ain't working. How the air conditioner not working?
Right.
And my grandmother been giving money to this church since the damn 60s.
And y'all a tax-free institution. Y'all don't pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Bear with us because the AC ain't working. That shit's so common. Something ain't right. The roof got a leak.
But we're here. Everybody made it hit. They throwing you up. Yo, kings of the finesse, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
They talk slicker than pimps, man.
But you have to, though, because the people didn't come there to hear about what they going through. So you got it. You got to finesse. You know what I mean? I ain't bringing you here to be like, church, the lights might be off because we ain't paid the bill. I'm dealing with this at the house. I don't need to come here and deal with this at church. So you got to do that. And they do it very well.
Know what I'm saying? The wheels falling off the church van. Hold on, man.
Yeah, they do it very well.
How the church van broke down?
Yeah.
So the church van can't come get us because the church van is down.
Right.
How the church van down? All the money we give them should have a brand new church van.
Man. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then that's the main thing that's the main thing in the neighborhood. That's why to me I'll be so critical of it. It's the main thing in the neighborhood. And then when I talk to when I talk to Jewish people, when I talk to Asian people, they are very, very religious. But getting busy is just as important as their religion. That's a part of their religion, to prosper. We don't know they know where their money going. If we kicking in so you can go buy a store, you can get an apartment building, whatever you need for your business. Mm-hmm. You need a tractor trailer for your business. They know where their money going. Where has your money been going your whole life? Where has your money been going? And when an Asian person said that to me, I respected that. He was like, I know where my money going. I just helped these. He's like, you see that business across the street? He was like, we go to church. We helped him. We helped him with the down payment so get in that building and get his business up and running. I don't have no problem giving when I know my money's going. It's going to help us prosper. Now that gives another person that's in the business that makes us stronger. Listen, man.
Yeah, but you're talking to people that already have some type of inkling of financial understanding. The community don't understand that, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying we don't because it's like
understand that we barely got enough money to make ends meet for us.
But the thing with that is strength in numbers. You have a whole church full of people, but it's pointless because there's no strength there because you don't have no plan.
Yeah, and plus the difference is, out of the Asian communities, people that probably had the understanding to know, like, I want to own this cleaners, I want to own that. In the black community, how many of us have those same views and so same? I'm talking about the people that go to church, got those same wants and I mean, I want to own this and I want to own that.
No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real. People gonna be upset about this, but the truth, it's because you got. It's kind of built like the church is kind of built like on some like pimps like a pimp structure. Is one man at the top, and the majority is women. That's how our church is. That's how the church is in the black neighborhood.
I agree with you.
It's not like
that's wild, but yeah, you're right.
It's not like the Jewish religion, the Asians, where the men are part of the church.
Right.
Is one in a black community? Is one pastor and the majority are women.
Yeah,
doing everything one man say.
Yeah,
that's like pimps that got a stable. Yeah. That's a preacher's stable. Your mom, your aunties, your grandmother, your great grandmother, he got all them by the brain the same way a pimp got his chicks by the brain.
Yeah, you wilding out, but I feel you though. You right.
They'll do what he say before they do what you say.
Yeah, because just like you said, the example that you gave in the beginning, Florida Evans and James has always been the woman that has been the mainstay for the religion and the family. It's always been the woman that's, come on, I'm taking these kids or come on, we going to church. It's always been the woman that's been the person pulling everybody else to church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and what do pimps say? Anybody can control a woman's body. You got to control a woman's mind.
Yep.
So you got her body because you married to her, she in the house with you, but she telling you everything the preacher say. She going by whatever the preacher say.
Yep.
So the preacher got her by the brain. She there physically with you, but the preacher the one got her mind.
Yep.
Will argue you down about what another man say that don't pay no bills in his house.
No bills at all. That shit is crazy.
So that's what it is. Know what I mean? It is. It's pimping.
Hell yeah.
It's pimping.
Yeah, that structure, that shit is crazy.
You get a pack of socks. The pastor gets money in that collection plate every week.
Mm-hmm.
That's who the money go to.
No, it's people pastors that they congregation buy them cars.
You see what I'm saying?
They put their money together, get them cars and shit like that. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Because we got to be real with that. This is that's pimping. Y'all worrying about people out there in the street. No, that's pimping.
And that's dangerous though. How many marriages ended because of that? And there's a lot of shit that go on because of that.
That man got your mama, your grandmother, your great grandmother, your aunts by the brain their whole life.
Yep.
They've been giving him money their whole lives until the day they gone. That's the real pimp.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
That's a real pimp.
But he's a version of a man that's perfect to them. You know what I mean? His connection to God, he's a version of a man that's perfect to them. You know what I'm saying?
And just like I heard the OG Sugar Free say this. Do you have the stomach to know that, your woman is gonna go down there and lay down with somebody else? Preacher don't care. You know what I mean? Because he got your woman by the brain. So he don't care he come home with you and have sex with you.
Right.
He control her though.
Yes, he does.
She's gonna give him money. You're gonna give her money, and she's gonna give him the money that you gave her.
Right. Right.
That's the real pimp. No, that's real pimping.
No, you're right. It is.
That's real pimping.
And that shit is portrayed.
I'm controlling you for life.
Everything that we do, even in BMF.
Yes.
Even BMF.
Yes.
Yeah, everything that we watch, everything we do, that shit is portrayed exactly like that. My man, Mr. Charles in there busting his ass. He can't even get to 5 minutes with you. The pastor, you gotta get ready for church, y'all. What the fuck? Come on, man. You right.
So that's one of the issues I have with it.
And that's the shit that breaks up the family construct in the black community. Because as a man, when I want to go against that, you know what I mean? Now it causes conflict in my house. If I say, you know what I'm saying, yo, this Sunday they offered me overtime at the job, I chose to work. You gonna work? You know we go to Sunday. You know we go to church on Sundays. Listen. I chose to get overtime at the job because we need that shit right now. You know what I mean? That shit, that shit hurts the fucking the family construct in the black family. Because that's an argument that as a man, I don't need to have. You know what I'm saying?
That's not supposed to be, to me, that's not supposed to be the most important thing. Your family's supposed to be the most important thing. Not that church. That church ain't supposed to be the most important thing in your life. Your family is supposed to be.
When you think about it though, the church was the original Instagram. Because you don't want these people to know your struggle, but you're struggling. We all struggling, but we gotta fake it though. So we come here with our Sunday best on, you know what I mean? Praise God the loudest. This is Instagram, because we all giving these fake ass lives in this church. You know what I'm saying? Making it seem like, oh, when we go to church, y'all don't do this, y'all act right, y'all, you know what I'm saying? So when we go there, me and my wife, we act like we the loving couple. Hey, how you doing? Oh, where my baby? This is the first social media outlet that we went to. Everybody in here lying and faking and shit. You know what I mean? For something just to look good on a Sunday morning.
Right. You done spent money that you really ain't have to be spending to impress people that don't got no money neither.
Exactly. Yeah. Yup, that's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? And then you got motherfucker, the comment section come in. You come in there, you know, you old motherfuckers come in there. You know her son got locked up yesterday selling drugs. What? That shit is really the fucking social media that we going through right now. That shit right there is you that, dog. Got the motherfuckers that's gonna talk about everybody. You got the people, you coming in there dressed up to the T. You can't even afford this shit. I shouldn't even be here right now. I should be doing something else, busting a move doing Uber or something. But I gotta be here to show that we got this perfect family. Yeah. And the whole time, while this man up there talking, you fucking is hung on every word. Every word. He telling you what to do in my household. What you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. Man, get the hell out of here. That's crazy, but yeah, that's how it is, yo. You right. That's some pimp shit. That really is some pimp shit.
Yeah, they the real pimps.
Yeah, that's some pimp shit.
They the real pimps in the black neighborhood.
Yeah. Got you by the balls.
Trust me.
You probably can't even stand the pastor. She talk about this motherfucker so much.
So, and then that is one of the main issues of why that it doesn't prosper, because the men have left it.
Yeah.
Now imagine if it ran properly to the point that the men are there, like when other religions and the men are there. It will become a place of, you come here, get help, get knowledge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can get the help that you need for whatever you're trying to do in life, the way other religions are.
Right.
And not just we just gonna be singing and shouting. Nothing getting accomplished though.
Right.
Just singing and shouting. And that is the problem. The problem with the church is that there are no men in the church. The church has turned into pimps with a stable.
Yeah.
With a stable of women. It's not like other religions where The whole family is there and the man is there.
Right.
It becomes about one man and the rest women.
Yeah, that should go back to what you said before. Remember you said how, as the culture, we thrown off because the woman is not in alignment with the man. But how can the woman? How can you be in alignment with me when you listen to this one man that don't even? You know what I mean? He ain't even going through what I'm going through because he can come here and give you a feel good message for an hour and a half. You're gonna fill the plate up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go out there 8 hours every day. You know what I'm saying? But you suck on everything he say. Everything is that shit is damn near as if it came from God for you.
Yeah, see. And that was the plan in giving black people the religion.
Mm-hmm.
That was the plan. I ain't gonna give you nothing else. I ain't gonna give you for your slaves. I ain't gonna give you your freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna give you no land, nothing that you can prosper on your own. But here, you can have this. Y'all can have a church on a plantation property. But you can't have your own house, but you can have a church on a plantation property and clap and sing.
Right.
Spend your whole life clapping and singing and praying to be free when we should have been coming together to burn this motherfucking plantation down.
Yeah, but see, that's a sin. And the hope of, you know what I'm saying, that is going to happen, that's enough to carry me through the day.
Exactly. And then, I said.
But like you said, I'm not going to be militant because if I'm militant and we start the uprising in this motherfucker, that's a sin. Yeah, you're right. That shit is a very super control mechanism.
Yeah. Shout out to a OG YouTube content creator. I think I mentioned him before. His name is Sergeant Willie Pete. He was breaking this down. Yeah, because it tricks you into thinking that this man can treat me anyway, beat me and kill me, but if I do that same thing to him, I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how you keep in control of me. They selling us, they beating us, they killing us, but nah, the Meek shall inherit the earth. Who has the earth now?
When? Yeah.
The people that's willing to fucking kill and do whatever they gotta do to control it.
Right. When is this gonna happen?
And that was ill when he said, yeah, yo, this was the illest thing ever to me when he said this. He said, they got you so much, they in your mind so much to make you think you need that so much that it's cool that you treat me like I ain't nothing my whole life because my payment is going to be when I die, I'm going to go to heaven.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend your whole life getting treated like nothing by other people and accept that because you in your mind, you think it's cool because when I die, I'm going to heaven. Yeah. You spent your whole life getting treated like nothing by other people. And like Dick Gregory say, man, these people, some of these other people talk about God. So many people want control so much, they would kill God if they could. They just know they need to talk about God to control everybody else. Mm-hmm. I don't even believe most of them people and all that. Mm-hmm. I don't even believe they even believe in that. They don't. They just use it to control other people. Because they want to be in control. You think they cool with feeling like they got to serve somebody? They don't believe in serving nobody. That's why they act the way they do now running around here on earth.
Right. They lawless.
But they know they need that to control you. You think they feel that way? People be saying that, oh, I'm a servant of God, and you know, I'm God's humble servant. You think them people feel like that? The way you feel? They don't feel like that. They would kill God if they could to get him out the way. So now I run there, I rule everything.
Right.
Believe that shit. There's some people in this world that believe that shit. Got you sitting around praying your whole life thinking it's going to be better. Think about that when you think about that. That's crazy. It's cool because it's going to be better when I die. You're just going to accept getting mistreated your whole life because it's going to be cool. It's cool because it's going to be all right when I die, I'll be in a better place.
Yeah.
What? They treating you like you nothing.
Right.
And doing whatever they got to do to control you.
Right.
But you know what? I ain't going to do nothing back to you because God is on my side. Yeah, God woke you up today.
Well, the Bible verse says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So he takes on that.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to be vengeful. He does that for you. You know what I mean?
So
but the same people that keep
how you gonna
uprising
do it?
against me keep showing up.
Yeah, how you gonna do that?
You're right. Keep showing up. When you gonna do this for me, God?
Yeah, because some of y'all gonna get to talk to him. He gonna say, I woke your ass up. How come you ain't tear them motherfuckers up?
Right.
They was doing wrong by you.
Right.
They was doing wrong by you. Listen, they was doing wrong by you. How come you ain't handling your business? You know what I mean? People probably went to their grave in life. You know what? I ain't gonna run away. We ain't gonna revolt. We ain't gonna do what they say. We just gonna pray, and our day gonna come. And they die. They spent their whole life being slaves, or they spent their whole life being mistreated. You know how many people probably thought like that? Yo, that's crazy what that do to you mentally, man. And that's why I just never subscribed to it. I didn't understand it at the time when I was a child, but something just didn't seem right to me about it. I was like, I'm not, how am I going to get what I want in life if I'm spending all my time around y'all and none of y'all got or do what I want to do or have in life?
Right.
I just don't get it.
Right.
I felt like that ever since I was a little kid. Something just don't seem right about me. Y'all just spending all y'all time in here. But all y'all is just a world full of problems.
Yeah. See, that's because you grew up and you saw both atmospheres. You saw both things. If you grow up in a situation where your family is dealing with fucking poverty and everything, and this is the only time that you see them happy, to you, that becomes the construct that you like, this is the place. This is the only time I see my grandma happy. When we go back home, she's stressing about the bills, and she's stressing about this, and she's stressing about that. This is the only time I can see this woman that you assume, because I don't know, grandma could probably be out there faking it too, because it's for the other older ladies. This is the only time I assume that you pure happy. The only time, you know what I mean, I come in, mom and dad is together, and they laughing and they joking together. We go home, they gonna argue like a motherfucking, you know what I mean, cat and dog. It's the only time I come here and everybody's cool, everybody chilling, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's having fun. We go back home, you know what I'm saying? The next door neighbor going like, you don't give a fuck about your other next door neighbor. Your mom and dad ain't gonna talk to each other no more. You upstairs, I'm downstairs. But at this one time, this one place all together, everything is cool. So when you grow up in that shit, you like, this is the place. This is where you find happiness at. And it take you years of growing up and be like, the fuck am I still doing this shit for? I've never seen nobody come through here with anything that I wanted. Not just anything that I wanted, a life that I could envy. You know what I'm saying? Like if God's supposed to take care of all our needs, why everybody come in here and need shit? Where's the person that's coming in here like, you know what? Yesterday y'all woke up, I got motherfucker this, that, and the third, everything fell in my lap. I'm good. Okay, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I see this shit working. I don't see how the process works. I don't. You know what I mean? I still believe in God, but I just don't believe in the blueprint that we got, that we believe is church, that we follow as church. It's still the same thing. Matter of fact, no, it's not the same thing no more. Because now you can go to church on your laptop. You can go to church on your phone. But guess what? They still be like, hit the Cash App. Here go the Cash App information. Oh, y'all got Apple Pay? Here go the Apple Pay information. Y'all got Zelle? Here go the Zelle information. So even if I can't get you in the building, I still want your money. You know what I'm saying? I still want your money if I can't get you in the building. That's all I need. Just to keep your attention long enough for you to hit this and make sure that you take care of us. And that's what it is. Yo, you'll go to church. I know some people that went to church all their life. The richest person they know is the pastor. In their whole life. The richest person they know is the pastor. They don't know nobody else to be like, oh, I know such and such, or this person right here is my mentor. And they told me, the richest person you know is the pastor. And that person never gave you no inkling of financial literacy. Everything I gave you was a feel-good message. Do this and do that. Do this and do this and do this. And turn the other cheek when they come up with you. You know what I mean? Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Don't you do that. The fuck? Come on, man. Stop it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what that shit is, yo. A lot of people is fool.
Yeah, so And that was the whole purpose. That was the whole purpose of giving it to us.
Yeah. And still is.
It is.
It still is. It still serves that same purpose right now.
Yeah, it does.
It's a lot of motherfuckers going to work every day and all they get is a Sunday. And that one Sunday is the hope that makes you get up again on Monday and continue the process. Because a lot of y'all motherfuckers, if y'all didn't have church, y'all be in this joint like, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm not doing this no more. But the control mechanism in your mind to understand that there is a being that's going to see me do wrong when nobody else see me do wrong is enough to tame me and not make me go militant.
And then what's wrong? You see what I'm saying?
Right, I got you.
Got you making you think that.
Right, I got you.
You trying to get what you want in life, or you standing up to somebody, or you going against the person that's mistreating you is wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'll be thinking about like, damn, what if I was alive back in them slavery days? You know what I mean? Because I go back to when Harry Tubman was like, I freed thousands of slaves. I would have freed thousands more if I could have convinced them that they were slaves.
They were slaves, yeah.
So I understand when people say, just like everybody jumped on Kanye when everybody said, man, slavery was a choice, and people was like mad at him. But I understood what he meant. Know what I mean? That some people was probably just back then was cool with it. Just like it's people who just cool with how shit is now. They not cool with it, but they
going with it.
Yeah,
what else they
like
gonna do?
So I could believe it was people like that back then.
Yeah.
You probably sitting around talking like, yo, we need to try to get out of here, or we need to try to, it's more us than them. Right. Really, why are we afraid of them? It's more us than them.
Bro, what Warren Sapp said, that shit, a paid slave is still a slave.
Yeah.
Just because we got jobs and we clock in and out, that don't take away the fact that you a slave. You got somebody that's in there abusing you. Motherfuckers go above and beyond whatever your job description is. You doing more than that. And all you doing is complaining to yourself. I don't believe they got me in here doing this shit. No, just stop doing this shit then.
Right. Right, because, and that's what making me think. Because if I was back then, you probably got to sit there and think, man, what's wrong with this motherfucker, man? We trying to get up out of here.
Right.
You got somebody saying,
yeah, but you be on a losing battle because you be saying that shit by yourself.
It ain't bad. We eating every day.
Yeah.
You got a place to lay your head. It's probably people back then probably looking at you like,
right.
How can we try to get up out of here, man?
Imagine you saying that shit, your girl probably like, Iso, shut your mouth.
You know what I
mean? Talking that nonsense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You shut your mouth, cut that nonsense.
Right.
Something rise up against Massa.
Right.
He good to us. Hey, yo.
You know what's gonna happen to you? Massa find that out.
Right. You can't even talk ill about it to other motherfuckers.
Like, you hush.
Shut your mouth now.
You hush.
And I don't want to hear no more of it. Like,
right.
Come on, man. Stop this
shit.
Bro, somebody gotta be Kunta Kinte in this motherfucker. I'm running away. You cut my foot off, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? What else I got to lose?
You know what I mean?
I'm in a position where I'm fucking miserable every day. Yo, they threaten to cut your foot off. And the fear of that to other people is like, oh my God, I'll go through this hell every day just so I don't have to go through that. Fucking both of it's bad.
Yo, what was Samuel L. Jackson name in Django? Was it Steven?
I don't know. Was it?
I think it was Steven. Yo,
he's like, what is that nigga doing on that stag?
Yo, can you imagine? There's probably really people like that, like just doing like that because they feel like I just gotta do what I gotta do to survive. So this is how I gotta be to survive. And there's probably people that want to be free, and there's people who just went along with it. That this is just my thing about it. Yeah. That was your life, right. Being servitude to somebody else, being owned by somebody else. That was your life.
People like that right now. You talking about we work
with
people
like that right now. Yeah, people like that right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker go all out for the boss and shit. Don't get nothing from it though.
Yeah, it's like my father was. It's like my father's. It's like my father's. Recipes my father. You go to the moon. Motherfucker go to the moon for the white man. He know better than to come to me and ask me that shit.
Yeah.
But I understood when he was when the man used to come home and he used to say that. when I was a kid, it was like a little bit over my head until I got older.
Right.
I understand. Like, no, you already got it in their brain. Don't say certain shit to me.
Right.
Don't even come to me with that.
Right.
You already have people who they already know you. Like, I ain't even gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say that shit to him.
Right.
I'm not gonna bother. Then the next month doing whatever.
Right.
Doing any and everything.
Yeah.
Then get mad when they don't get nothing out of you. No, you just gonna get more work. Doing all that work is gonna get you more work.
Yep. But there'll always be people like that.
Go to the goddamn moon for the white man.
There'll always be people like that. We getting paid the same amount of money. So you run jump, you know what I'm saying, do all that extra shit for it. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that get abused will continue to be abused, will continue to get abused.
Yeah, so that right there.
Yeah.
But but that was the whole purpose of giving that to you and then letting you clap and sing and all that because it occupies your time. The time, because I heard, was respect to Professor Griff. He said that occupies your time.
Yeah.
That occupies your time. So now, when are you thinking and plotting, you know what I mean, to prosper, now I'm saying to bust a move? You not. You spending your time working and you spending your time, and then you spend all your free time praying and clapping and shouting to do whatever you got so it can gear you up and motivate you to keep working because you think that I'm going to get out of this one day. How if you're not busting no move?
Yeah, but church is not action though. Church is the most non-action thing ever because it's telling you to put all your faith into something and it's going to take care of you. It's the most non-action thing ever. Mm-hmm. They don't say, yo, get out here, learn something. You know what I mean? Night school, go to some online school classes, do this, that, and third. They say put all your faith in God. You know what I mean? Put all your faith in God and he will make things happen for you. Things will just, I ain't going to say magic because they don't say magic in church. Things will just happen for you through osmosis or whatever they believe. Faith. You know what I mean? The scripture says if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. So if you believe just this much, because all I need you to do is believe a little bit, the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. But ain't nobody moving the mountains though. Mm-hmm. Because we waiting for God to do shit. We waiting for God to get me out of this situation. And like you said, the way God gets you out of the situation, waking up every day, I'm in my right mind. You know what I mean? I'm able to move, but we don't take these advantages, you know what I mean, to that. Mm-hmm. We taking it as, one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to the mailbox, it's going to be a check there for $1 million.
Right. People be thinking that. People spending their whole life thinking they're going to win the lottery.
Yeah.
Y'all mother spending y'all money paying tithes and playing the lottery.
Yup.
And think that you're going to hit one day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Thinking you're going to hit one day. And you know what motherfuckers going to do? We're going to put that on your goddamn tombstone, the numbers that you love to play so much.
Even if you hit the lottery, you still got to pay.
That was his number.
You got to pay your tithes and offering out of that lottery.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was his number, right?
Yeah, that was his number. I'm like, you see you hit. Finally hit. You been playing that joint 30 years. Yep. 30 years, the number hit. You know what I mean? But, till I see you again, I be talking. Just show me, I'm talking to nigga in the casket. Number don't hit till he die. I told the motherfucker he be dead.
Yo, man.
Your number finally hit.
Yup.
Won the Powerball.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
You did it.
You
told us it was good.
Right. You always said these was your numbers. You always told us your numbers. Hold on, don't close the casket yet. Right. These your numbers. Right. People saying they ready to close the casket and shit on me. Hold on. Don't close the casket yet. Talk to my man.
Yeah, you was right.
Right.
It's fucking right.
You're right about these numbers. By the time they hit your ass in the damn ground. The fuck out of here. I be telling that shit too. Your fucking numbers hit too, yo.
The crazy thing about it though, if we all believe in God, this is why you can tell this shit is just like you said, it's a social spot that we go to just as, you know what I mean, talk to people that your peers, somebody that be like-minded with. Because if we all really believe in God, that means that I am fearless in everything that I do. So that means, what? Iso doing real estate? Fuck it, let's jump in. I got a couple extra dollars.
That's what I mean.
We all should be fearless in what we do, but everybody is fearful.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because you got people that I was thinking about this, and I wasn't gonna say it to the person. right? We having to talk about, all the stuff that I be trying to do and all that. And I didn't want to upset this person.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking that you saying you got all the faith in the world, but when I mention something to you, you're not down to do it. You scared. So how much do you really believe in what you saying and what you clapping and singing about?
You don't.
If you never take no shot, if you never take a shot, but you always asking me what I got going on or what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So how much do you believe in that you know damn everything in that, you know almost every church song, but you don't take no shots in life?
Right.
So really, is that real faith? Because you asked me why I do the things I do. Because I have faith that something's going to something. I can get something done and get what I want out of life. I believe that. That's why I do the things I do. Take the shots that I take.
Right.
You don't take no shot. You're scared to do anything, but can't nobody tell you nothing about that Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You ready to jump up and argue with them all day long.
Right.
So really, how much do you believe in what you're saying? You don't even believe in what you're saying.
You don't.
You saying you got so much faith, you're scared to death, though. You scared to death, though.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll argue you down about anything in that Bible.
Right.
I always got a Bible verse to tell you. What? That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That blows my mind about some people I know. You know what, man? See that stuff you doing when you went to flip that house. See that, but I ain't trying to get that. Gonna be risky, and then they talking about the housing market right now, and then I know that whole Bible inside and out. Can't nobody shake your. But do you really have? Where's your faith at? Where's your actual faith at then? Where's your actual faith at that you talking about God all the time? Well, do you think that you bust a move, he ain't got your back then? So how you so fearful for somebody that you say is so sure about God got your back?
Right. No, you don't believe it yourself.
I ain't worried. Listen, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus.
Yep.
Okay. Bust a move then.
Yeah.
Nah, I was thinking about it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna fall back, yo. But let me know how that work out.
Right.
What? I don't get it about a lot of people, man. A lot of people I know can tell you anything. I will argue you down about anything in that Bible, man.
Yeah.
And they talk like they so sure, done spend decades and ain't never bust a move.
Right. Right.
Just getting up, just getting up, going to work every day, hating it. I don't understand that. To me, you got people living life like, I don't know if y'all know something that I don't know. Are we getting is this like a practice life? And then when you die, you're just gonna wake up and get to do it all over again. I know now because the joint, know what I mean? I ain't gonna slip up this time. No, from what I know, you only getting this one.
Right, right.
Because some of y'all move like this is a practice life.
Yeah.
Like this ain't the real game.
Yeah. Yo.
Unless somebody knows something I don't know. Because I thought that this is it.
But remember you talk about the Matrix, right? When you think about it, the church is another form of the Matrix because if you live your whole life going to school, then you go from school to fucking, work, you still need the structure of somebody telling you what to do. You know what I mean? Outside of that fucking confinements of work. So church is another form of the Matrix that controls you, that keeps you going throughout the day. You know what I'm saying?
It keeps you plugged in when you're not on the clock.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it keeps you plugged in when you're not on the clock.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because now your free time is occupied.
Yep. Yeah.
Because even when they was in the Matrix, they unplugged. They were still, remember, they were part of the military.
Right.
In the real world, they are military. You have structures, you have rules. You know what I'm saying? Morpheus was the captain of a ship. People had captains of the ships and all that. It was still military. It was still structure. But But that was for like order to prosper, to keep everything moving. You just can't have everybody just doing whatever they want to do. You you have to have structure and order. That's cool. But as long as you prospering, because like I said, I know I talked to a lot of Jewish people in life, I talked to a lot of Asian people in life. They got structure, but a part of their thing is we get busy in life.
Right.
That's a part of it. You're supposed to be prospering in some type of way. Now, to me, I understand if the older people in life, they coasting in life and they done did whatever they gonna do. If they want to go to church, go to church. If I was older and I'm going to church, I'll be telling the younger people in my family, you ain't supposed to be up in here all day every day because when you getting busy in life. Now if I'm older, I'm already done did what I'm gonna do, and I'm just coasting through life at this point. But if you younger, you supposed to be getting busy. How you here every day?
Yeah, but the church don't care about that. You just want your time. That's why
You know
we
what I'm
occupy
saying?
your time with everything.
Yeah, I'm
Monday
occupying
this
your time.
service, Tuesday this service, Wednesday this service. You like, damn.
Yeah, I'll be telling the young people in my family, you don't need to be showing up here because when you getting busy. If you spend all your free time here, when you getting busy to work towards your goals.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You ain't working toward no goals, but I'm sitting up in here with you every other day. You got people that are telling you, yo, man, I'm about to go to such and such place and sit down and talk to this guy about, you know what I mean, trying to get some loans and try to get some real estate. Ah, man, I got to go to Bible study.
Right.
In the last goddamn 30 years of your life, what the fuck has Bible study? You don't know the goddamn Bible yet? Motherfucker, let me get on that. Motherfucker, you've been going to Bible study 30 years, dog. You told me you've been going to Bible study since 94, motherfucker, 2025, man. Bible study? You don't know that motherfucker by heart already? You've been going to Bible study 30 years deep going to Bible study. How much fucking studying? Where the test at? You ain't take the test yet? You got Bible study, going to Bible study 30 years.
Oh, man.
Got 30 years in going to Bible study.
Oh, my God.
You should know that motherfucker front to back.
Yo.
You should know that motherfucker front to back. Why do you need to look at it for at this point?